everybody. Welcome to Wool and Wine, episode 62. Today we're doing this podcast in support of Pia Trans from Miss Knits, previously known as 50 Fabulous. And she's doing a marathon, like a knit-a-thon for the whole weekend. So we're here to support her on that. Hi, Pia, and hi Everybody. I'm Tammy.
I'm Janet. And we, we're recording from Dayton, Ohio, which is in Bellbrook, which is a south suburb of Dayton. And it's beautiful and warm here, and we're both wearing Pia Trans knitwear.
Yes, we are.
And we're going to follow this usual format where we're going to show what we're wearing, our finished objects, and we'll talk about the things that are in progress and some dream knitting and all the beautiful other things regarding knitting.
Yeah, absolutely, we are. And we want to welcome everybody. We might have some new viewers here because of the knit-a-thon, so welcome to all of you, and welcome to our OG knitters and viewers. It's always good to have all of you here. Yes. So
there's normally 3 of us here, but Claudia is not feeling very well today, so she wasn't able to make it.
Yeah, she's a little under the weather. So send her all of your healing vibes and warm wishes. Before we get started, we should probably toast. Cheers to all of you.
This is delicious.
That's yummy. We'll be talking a lot about that in a little while. Wow. Right. Okay, so let's start with what we're wearing.
Hey, I am wearing the Be Beautiful by Pia Trans. And here's the video. And I put a couple of bees on each sleeve. So I had made this sweater a couple of years ago.
I think, right?
Yeah, it's been a little while because I had bought the yarn that I made at a Mid-Ohio yarn fair, and it was the Sheepish Creations, and it was an alpaca, linen, and silk in the colorway Natural. And then I held it with a lace weight yarn, which was the Juniper Moon Farm Finley, and the colorway was Fresco. So it gives it a little bit of fluff, but not a lot. And it just turned out absolutely beautiful.
It did.
Since I have the long hair, it covers up the bee in the back. But if I put my hair up, you can see it. So that's why I decided, since I typically wear my hair down, to put the bee one on each sleeve. So I thought that added a little bit of character to it.
It does.
And I highly recommend the pattern. It's just gorgeous. And it's like a medium size, so typically I wear like a 40-inch, and that's what I did. So everything's knitted to pattern except for the fact that I did put the bees. And there you have it.
Okay. Well, I am wearing the Scrappy Striber, also by Pia Trans. And here's the video. So this particular version, I've actually knit 2 of these. I brought the other one along. So this one is in Pearl Soho Santolino, and the colors are, let's see if I can get this right. This is Well Water. The orangish color is Robin Redbreast. The gold color is Golden Pollen, and then this beautiful beige is called Beige Bunny. And this is a cotton blend, and I'm not sure exactly what the content is. Oh, before I forget, everything we're talking about is going to be in the show notes, and we have links in the show notes directly to our Ravelry pages, so you'll be able to, you know, see exactly all the details and if we made modifications, because I made this as soon as it came out, and I couldn't tell you what year that is right now, but it does tell you on the project page. So before I move on, another one of the Scrappy Stribers is here. And if it looks a little faded to you, it's because I threw it in the washing machine. Or I let it, maybe I didn't throw it in the wash. I think I just put it in soak and let it sit for too long, I think.
Okay.
And the blue that, so this is Malabrigo Sucero. And did I do a bit? I didn't put this on in the video because I thought one was probably enough. But the Sucero is a really, really lovely yarn. We've actually knit with it a few times, and I had some leftovers. So this Matisse blue is the dark blue color. The gray is called Polar Morn. The gold is Frank Ochre, and Claudia had actually knit something in the Frank Ochre and had some leftovers and loaned that to me so I could add. I just put one stripe of that in just to add some brightness to it.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
And then the this greenish color is called Teal Feather. And so again, you know, really, really nice. But I don't know if you can see, she did like a little slip stitch. This is really not the best one. Maybe you can see it better here. Yeah, I think you can against the lighter and dark colors. There's this cute little slip stitch pattern that she does between the rows where you change color, and it kind of makes it a little bit special. So thanks for that great pattern, Pia.
Yes, we love it. I love my Be Beautiful.
Yeah, no kidding. So do you have a finish?
I don't have any finishes today.
But you had so many last time.
I did. So many the last 2 times.
I think you had like 3 last time, didn't you?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And also 3 the time before that, so.
That's crazy sauce.
I've been busy.
Yeah. Okay, so I do. I have, the last episode, I had started on the Miamba vest by Beth MacDonald Stone. It's a test knit. And the pattern is not out yet. I think it's not going to be out for a few more weeks. So you got a little bit of time left. This ends up being, I think it's a 15 stitch gauge. And it is just adorable. So one of my favorite things about it is this beautiful shoulder detail, which I don't know if you can see in the video. Or not, because I don't know if I turned to where you could actually see that, but I think that looks just so nice. There is no finishing around the arms, which is kind of nice because it's drop shoulder, and you know those stockinette stitches tend to roll in on themselves, and so that's how it's finished on the edge. But I just love that detail. It's so cute. So this is bottom up. It has a split hem, and the back is intentionally longer than the front. So this is a this is the cropped version. So I knit this exactly to pattern. The distance that you knit after your ribbing when you join in the round to the arm separation, I did it exactly to pattern. So this would be really perfect with I don't know, like a dress or a high-waisted skirt, high-waisted pants. And I picked these 2 colors, so I'm actually holding 2 yarns together, and I didn't write it down. You know what? I talked all about it in our last episode, and I showed both of the yarns, and I brought so many other yarns down with me today. I did not bring
And
these.
it is in that link below.
Yeah.
In the show notes too.
Yes.
So.
Definitely, it's all in there. But this is so cute. So when it comes out, I definitely recommend. It also comes in a long sleeve version, a longer version. There's a different neckline. I think she does a higher. This is the crew neck. I had a hard time remembering the name of that last time. This is the crew neck version. She does like a mock neck. There's a full-on turtleneck that you can do. And of course, you're the boss of your knitting, so
Right.
you know, you just do whatever kind of neckline you like. But since it was a test knit, I selected exactly what I wanted on that. But that's it for finishes. Everything else is just a whip.
Oh, but you have a couple of half
I do. I have a couple of
half knits hose.
I do have 2 half objects. So the first one, Rick and I, so Janet was on a sibling vacation in Tennessee, and you have some photos that will be at the end, right? Did you take some out of all that? And so Claudia was busy on Saturday. Melissa was in Florida at Disney World, and Mrs. Terry was at Mr. Terry's family's up in Wisconsin or Illinois. And anyway, so Rick went with me to the wool gathering last weekend. What day is this? Tuesday. Not this past Saturday, but a week ago. And because we've been to Colorado since, I'll tell you about that in a minute. But at the wool gathering, he was such a sport carrying the bags and taking photos. So he did a good job. There'll be some photos at the end. And we're walking around, and I find this sock yarn that's just gorgeous. And he's like, well, that's a nice color. And it was exactly the one that I was about to point at and say, that's a nice color. So I asked him if he wanted socks, and he said yes. So look at these colors. Is this not so pretty? I think it's showing up really well. So the yarn I used, hang on. I have it right here. This is, oh, it's inside the ball. That makes sense. So here it is all skeined up, and this was 136 grams, so 4.8 ounces. This is from Fiber Seed American Yarn. And I don't know if let's see. Yeah, there we go. I think that looks pretty good, nice and clear. But this yarn is really nice. It's called Sprout Sock, and the colorway is Charles Dickens, and this is merino nylon, but it doesn't say that on it. That's so funny. I know that I read that. Oh, it does. Our custom-made blend of washable USA merino wool and 10% nylon for strength. And so anyway, I decided to get started because we were heading to Colorado, and I wanted something easy to knit while we're hanging out and talking. And so I had some red that was in my stash, and this one is from Expression Fiber Arts Resilient Superwash Merino Sock. That's a mouthful. In the scarlet colorway. And I'd asked him what color he wanted the cuff and the toes, because at the time I did not realize that was 130 some grams. I thought it was 100 gram skein, and he said, I want my socks a little longer than normal. So I did 20 rows of 3x1 rib. But the pattern that I found, I needed something that was a 72 stitch for him. I knew that. Is Wise Hilda's Basic Ribbed Sock by Kate Atherly. And I didn't even know Kate Atherly had socks out there. I know she's, pretty famous for sweaters and such, and she's just a brilliant designer, but I found this pattern out there by her, and it is wonderful. It was very easy. It's a standard heel flap and gusset, and I just did the regular rounded toe. I followed her pattern exactly, like every single bit of it, except I knit it to the length that Rick needed. So that's
gonna
that
love
one.
those.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's really pretty.
It is. Let me get this thing put away and out of the way. I did start the next one, so instead of showing you this again, talking about it in WIPS, I'll just show you that I've got the other one cast on and ready to go for, I don't know, doctor's appointments and all the things. So the next half
love
object,
that.
I know, right? Is this not so cute? It's a shorty, and although this is the Diamond Lace Ankle Sock by Jennifer Ann, I use that for this little heel, this heel tab, and that's the only thing that I used from that pattern. But I want to give her credit for it because this is a really great heel tab, and this sock fits perfectly. So for the rest of it, I kind of just used a regular, like, you know, just a vanilla sock recipe. I did the Eye of Partridge heel, so you can maybe see the little diamonds on there, and you know, just I think a rounded toe. And the yarns that I used on this one though are some leftovers. I don't know if you remember last time I was knitting the Caitlin Hunter sweater, Misurina with all the color work at the top.
Yeah.
This yarn is what I was using for the color work on that. And I had enough left over for socks, for shorties, and so I started them right away.
Oh my goodness.
The purple, so that's Knit Picks Hawthorne Fingering and Blueberry Speckle. And this is some really great sock yarn. I mean, it's really great. I knit a Tenya in this yarn, and this is not my color. There's something that is, I don't know, it's kind of...
It's like a beige. It's an off-white.
It's off-white, but it's kind of,
has
it's a very cool tone. And I think that it's just not my color. And every time I'd put that Tenya on, I just thought it fit so cute, but I never felt right in it. So I gave it to Janet, and it looks great on her.
Yeah,
so
I love
anyway, however many skeins of that I had, maybe 2 or 3, probably 3, I knit a whole Tenya that I gave away. I've got color work now in a Misurina and a pair of shorties. And I think that the shorties are going to use it up. So that'll be good.
Yes.
But anyway, those are my finishes and half finishes.
Excellent.
So,
Okay. So,
I know you have WIPs.
I have a whip. So the first one is the Stick Season Sweater by Rebecca Clow. And let's see if I can pull it out here. I've made a little bit of progress.
Oh yeah, you have?
So this is the back, like the neckline here. I got yarn here, and then the back, shoulders. So I'm just working on the length here. And then very soon I'll be doing some increases for the arms, the armpits.
Oh, right.
So I need to measure my husband because I'm making this for my husband, and I need to get the appropriate measurements to make this so it's going to fit just beautifully on him. The yarn I'm using is the Brooklyn Tweed, good grief, the Shelter. And the colorway is Meteorite. And it's a brown color with a lot of little blips of yellows and blues and reds and greens.
That's such gorgeous
So
yarn.
it's
I'm so sad they're
Yeah.
not making that anymore.
Yes. So,
That's a bummer.
yeah, it is a bummer. So I've made a little progress on this, and more to come because it's so pretty. I want to continue
Yeah, that's really gorgeous.
the measurements. I'm a little nervous because I haven't, this is the first sweater I've made for him, and so I want it to fit good.
Yep, you do.
So,
Okay, so I talked about the Misurina. I might as well show that to you before I move on to any other WIPs. So this is the Misurina by Caitlin Hunter. And I have made pretty good progress on it. So I finished the color work. You know what? On camera, I gotta say it looks really good. I was so worried. Some of those purple bits are sort of blending in with the blue in the background, and it makes it just a little muddy. But I think all in all, it's gonna be okay.
oh yes.
I'm
Really
hoping
pretty.
that cool tone down here isn't
Yeah.
too close to my face. So anyway, what I'm using, it's the Knit Picks Hawthorne fingering for the color work, the blueberry speckle, but I'm using Pearl Soho linen quill and vintage celadon for the body. And I think, what do I have, about 3 inches maybe, almost 4
Yeah.
below the armpits. So I'm using, I think, a size 4, a US, nope, a US 6. That's pretty big for a fingering weight yarn, but it doesn't look too gapey.
No, it doesn't.
I think it'll be okay. I mean, the other one, I'm using the same that I used on my first one, and I think it'll be just fine. But anyway, it's coming along, right?
It's coming along. It's really beautiful. I love that celadon color.
Yeah, it's really good. And I went back
Linen
to
quill. That's such a beautiful
Oh
yarn.
my gosh, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I love working with it. It just feels so nice. And ladder back jacquard, kids, I gotta tell you, that was something I wanted to talk about. Because the cables that are between the color work are all in, like it starts out 6 stitches, and then as it grows, it's not growing in the color work as much as it is outside of the cables. And so it gets up to like 8 stitches between these cables. So I use ladder back jacquard, and I believe that there's a link on my project page to the ladder back jacquard technique that I used. So pay attention to that, because
Good idea, because I didn't do that when I made mine, because I had made one recently within the last couple of months.
yeah, it's just a long way between them.
Yeah, and mine's a little tight.
Yeah, so this
And I
is really
think
stretchy.
that really helps to do the ladder back jacquard
Yep.
versus the way I did mine without it.
Yeah, so I did a stitch. So here's the cable that I'm talking about, and I did a stitch before the blue on each side, so here and here. So it's not just one, because it's really hard to catch your float in the middle of a cable. You'd almost have to just let it be a strand, and it would be so hard to keep it loose enough. So anyway, there we have that one, and I'm really enjoying it. So it's one that I can pick up now, since I'm just going round and round when we're talking or whatever.
Yeah.
Watching television or hanging out. Okay, so do you have another WIP?
I do. My next WIP is the Ilha by Orlane Sucche.
Oh my God, I love that color.
Oh, I know, right? And guess what? So the yarn I used is Pearl Soho Good Wool, and the colorway of this is Purple Pansy, which is a discontinued color, and unfortunately, but they do have some other purples that are beautiful as well. So here's what it looks like so far. So I was knitting along, and I did not like how the neckline was, it was just so open. And so as I read along in the pattern, at the end it tells you to go ahead and put the neckline in. And so I did what it was talking about, and I still didn't like it. So I went ahead and did a I-cord bind off on it, and it looks better. But it rolled, it kept rolling. So then I blocked it. So I blocked this sweater. And it stands up now, but...
Yeah, you know what you could do if it still wants to roll? Go in at the very top of your I-cord on the back side and put that elastic in just to pull it in just a tiny bit, just so it doesn't have enough room to roll.
Right. So, yeah, so there's this elastic thread that you can buy. Typically at any kind of, like a...
I almost feel like any
sewing shop.
Yeah, but we got ours at Hobie.
Hobie
Hobie
okay.
website. Yeah, Hobie or Hobby.
Yeah, Hobie or Hobby.
I'm not sure how they pronounce it, but anyway,
so
it was just a couple dollars, and that stuff is tough as nails. You almost can't break it with your hands, and it's very thin, so it's really sturdy.
And so it just adds a little tightness to it. So, I like it better. It's still a bigger neckline than I really would want, but...
Oh, it's gorgeous.
But anyway, well, I'll see how it goes, and then, like you say, put some elastic thread on if I'd like. But anyway, it's coming along, and...
That pattern is so beautiful. I hope they can see that in the camera.
Yeah.
God, that looks as good as ranunculus.
Mm-hmm. But you can see all the little... It's just kind of... It's bunched on the cord, so it's not opened up, so you can't really...
Yeah,
you can't see the details as good as...
Yeah.
And I did block it, so it was scrunched up when it was blocked also.
That's just gorgeous.
But, yeah, more to come on that. So.
Oh, I can't wait to see that on. Holy moly.
Yeah. I know I'm going to love it.
Yeah. How could you not?
So, and this is, it's just such a beautiful yarn. It's 100% wool, and it's a heathered look. And it's just really pretty.
Yeah, that's really great.
But like I said, there's other purples, just not this particular exact color.
Excellent. Okay, so my next whip is the Staffin by Rebecca Clow. And I have made quite a bit of progress on this. I didn't take it with me to Colorado last week. It was just getting too big. I already had like one sleeve done and was working on the second sleeve. So here it is. Oh my gosh, the light is just perfect for you to be able to see this. I did do a block because I was a little worried about the sleeves. Every place where the 2x2 rib is, it was so sucked in when I tried it on, it just was like scrunching up on my arm. And when I blocked it, it just blocked out nicely. And I did not pin it. All I did was just kind of stretch it to where it was even with the band of diamonds above it. So this, I'm loving it.
That's beautiful. And it looks so soft, and it
feels so soft.
Even softer.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm using 2 yarns held together on this, and one of them is the Blue Sky Fibers Wool Stock Worsted in October Sky, and it is showing up, it almost looks turquoise on the screen. I think it's almost a true navy. Wouldn't you call that?
Yes.
And then I'm holding that with Drops Kid Silk, and the colorway of the Kid Silk is called Marine Blue. And the colors are almost identical. Like, they are so good together. And it adds just enough of fluff to get me to gauge. That was why I ended up using the
Kids silk.
the kid silk with it, right? So I needed to be able to get the gauge, and that was really the key for me. So these wool stock skeins are 150 grams. And so I've done all this, and I still have this much left on my second skein. That's crazy. That is just crazy. So I'm doing the 37.5 inch, but I think my gauge is a tiny bit bigger than what it called for. So I'm going to end up with like a 39 inch sweater, which is perfect.
Nice.
Right? I mean,
yeah.
it's kind of, it's on a smaller cord, so it looks smaller than it is, but it's definitely, and it's going to be so good with blue jeans. It's almost denim blue, like dark denim blue. But looking forward to having that done. So
I love all those sections of patterns that is on there.
I do too. There's something about texture. It's like that purple one you're working on right now. Oh, I love texture.
Beautiful. Yes, me too.
So anyway, do you have another?
So I have one more whip. Do you have several more?
I actually have one more.
Oh, okay. So I'll go ahead with mine.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next one is the Festival Sweater My Size by Petiteknit. So I've had some yarns that I really wanted to use that I've had in my stash for a long time. And this sweater was, I thought, the perfect thing to do. So I just had started this. So it's in the early phases yet. But this is the collar. And I'm working on the short rows for the back on this.
Oh my gosh, Janet. That is so gorgeous.
So, yeah, it is a rolled collar. So I made it smaller than what it was.
Double folded? You mean?
Yeah, double folded.
Okay.
So I just did a short little neckline, but I could have did it longer. I think it was 12 rows and I just did 6. So, and then folded it. So that was really fun.
Oh my gosh, that feels so soft.
Yes.
Oh.
So the yarns that I'm using are discontinued, unfortunately, but it is the Yarn Hero Dapple? No. Let's see, which one was it? It is the Stipple.
Stipple, okay.
Stipple DK.
Wow, that's really
And
nice.
the colorway of this one is the Movie Theater. And then there's stripes, but they're not really stripes. They're stripes of a pattern. And I'm using this yarn, which is also the Stipple DK. And this is called Baby Cakes. So between these two, I think it's going to be really pretty.
Oh, it's gorgeous. This has that color in it.
Uh-huh.
There's little blips
It
of
has-
this peachy color.
Yeah.
So it's stripes with maybe a slip stitch above and below, sort of like Pia did on this.
They're like they're almost like a bobble, but they're not quite a bobble. I think they're called something like that.
Okay.
A nub or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but but it goes all the way across. And it's a 2-row pattern.
Okay. You all have
And-
seen it because we put the picture up, but I haven't seen it yet.
Right. And
Oh, I'm curious.
keep
yeah.
watching our episodes. You
You'll
will
figure it
see what
out.
this looks like.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, so this was some of my deep stash, and I've just been anxious to use it. So
Those go so
I think
well
this will work
together.
out really well
Yeah.
together.
When did you buy that? I don't even remember you buying
Oh,
a
my
sweater's
goodness.
quantity of it. It had to be years ago.
It was years ago. I bought some online. So I bought this movie theater online like 4 or 5 years ago. It was, so I bought a bunch of, several of these. And then last year when we were at Rhinebeck, they had this, and it was just continuing at that point.
Okay.
And so they had some of that, and I thought, oh, this might go really well with this. So I bought a couple skeins of this. So
Sure enough, it does.
yeah, so it'll be really pretty, I think. Once I can't wait to get down to the baby cakes and do the stripes pattern there.
Wow. All right. Well, we are moving along, girl. This is really good.
Yeah.
Because we've got an hour and we want to make sure we don't go over that. So my next WIP is the Sofie sweater, and that's by Susanne Muller. So this is going to be really pretty. I have,
Oh, wow.
I'm not too far into it, but so it's started similar to what Janet was showing on her sweater for Roger, where you make a, well, this one you start up here at the neckband, and it actually, so as you could see in the photo, it crosses over, but the ribbing holds it like it's all sewn together at the ribbing. So it's,
Oh, wow.
there's a part here that is just double. And you don't have to go back and pick up and add any button band, although there are no buttons, but no finishing detail, because they start it, or she starts it up here in the center back, and you work out one direction and work out the other direction and put your stitches on hold. And then you pick up and do that little kind of a trapezoid back panel down to some shaping where it meets under the armpit. So the top back is done, and then I picked up stitches off of the top and am working my way over the left shoulder. So it'll go like this. And so they've got the shaping, and I want to show you the detail of this part. It's just beautiful. It's a rib. Let's see if the light will catch it. I think it does. I think it catches it nicely. So I'm holding 2 yarns together to get gauge on this, and the yarns that I'm using, let's see, I don't want to pull. I don't know why I don't have needle stoppers on that, but I do not. So let me stick it back in here. The yarns that I'm using are Life in the Long Grass, and this is their Earth. It's 438 yards to 100 grams, and the colorway on this is Barn. And I'm holding this with Knit Crate's Labribus. Ooh, that's really blowing out. Anyway, you can't get it anymore. And the colorway on this is Chestnut. This is 100% baby alpaca. So, I mean, you can see how drapey that is. It's kind of crazy. But these two together are making the most scrumptious fabric. I think that's just going to be, I would call this a light fingering. So it's probably, I'm getting like a DK to worsted weight out of those two. And when I was talking about going to the wool gathering, the Life in the Long Grass is one of the yarns that I picked up there. And I was trying desperately to find a mohair because the pattern actually calls for a mohair to be held with this, but I couldn't find a mohair in this color. I searched every single vendor, and then after we left, I realized that I had the Labribus alpaca at home, and
that works really well.
They're so good together. This gives it like a richer, deeper color.
Yeah.
So that's really nice. But that's it for WIPS. But I did get some more yarn, so let's talk about it.
Yes. Hear about this, because I've been gone out of town, and
Yeah.
I miss the
And we haven't
wool
even got
gathering.
to talk, I know.
Yeah, which is in Yellow Springs, Ohio. So it's
Yep.
our own.
It is. It's right in our own backyard.
Yes.
And I only ran into a few people, but it's really funny when there's only one of Wool and Wine out wandering around. So I was with Rick. You know, nobody came up to me, and I did get a couple of weird looks like, I think you might look familiar, but nobody said hi except some people that were in the Yarn Bird wagon. And there were a few people in there who recognized Wool and Wine. But anyway, so I think I bought most of the purchases in the first 5 minutes. I am not kidding you. It was kind of crazy.
All right.
So this skein is from Yarnsmith. Look at those gorgeous colors. It is kind of a blue with just lots of speckles of rusts and yellows and hot pinks, like almost a magenta and some purples.
That is beautiful.
All kinds of gorgeous colors. And what I was thinking is, you know, Stephen West has his new mystery knit along coming out. So did we say what day it is? Today is the 30th, right?
Right.
29th, 30th.
It's the 30th.
The 30th
End
of
of the
September.
month.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so in just a couple of days, Clue 1 comes out for his shawl pattern. And I think I'm going to do it. I'm one of those people who I won't buy it until I see the first clue and can kind of get a feel for what the whole thing is going to look like, you know, at least a part of it. But I did buy yarn. So I got this thinking that that was going to be part of it. And then I went to McMullen Fiber. You guys know that we are huge fans of McMullen Fiber. I just love her yarns.
yarn.
She just is an amazing thing. So this color, it's Posh Sock, and this is called Annie Girl. And so it also has some colors in it, some rusts and things. And I was thinking that that would make a nice fade. However, now that I have this, I looked, I laid it out because you need 4 colors and a mohair dare. So I want to show you this before I move on to the other things I bought. These yarns that I'm about to show you are from my stash.
Yeah, this one was from the wool gathering.
It was from last year, or from the last time I went. So this one is Sultry Step Good For You in this gorgeous green colorway. And like, okay, tell me that those are not like super good together. And then I had some Zen Yarn Garden Serenity 20. And I get it that it's not supposed to be speckles and things, but it's my shawl. And so I think those look really great together. Well, this yarn from Knit Crate that I'm using for my sweater, I have a lot of this. And I think that these will be my colors for the shawl. And if I have to go this way, that's okay too. And then my mohair dare is this. So I have plenty of this green mohair, and I think this might be from Shibui when they were going
Out of
business. Yep. So I decided that this one isn't going to be perfect for the shawl. I can't make that work, but man, is that going to be some good socks or a different good shawl. Okay, so then I decided, what is that brand new sweater that has the gorgeous band of flowers that come around the body and around the sleeves? It is beautiful. And it's kind of oversized. Well, anyway, I can't think of what it's called. You're probably all shouting it at me, but I bought yarn for that. So this is going to be the body, and this is going to be the flowers.
Wow, that's going to be pretty.
Right? Mm-hmm. I am drawing a complete blank on what that's called. But, so this is from Frogget Yarns. All of these are from Frogget Yarns, and that was the very first booth we walked into.
Was that a booth?
Yeah, it was a
Because
It was almost a trailer that they pull, and you walk into this big trailer. They had a ramp down the back.
And they had a big frog on the outside.
Yes, a big frog on the outside.
Yes.
So you'll see some pictures because Rick took a picture of me holding this ginormous bag. So this, I bought a sweaters quantity. He paid for it and didn't even bat an eye. This was a huge
investment.
It was a huge investment. So I really hope I love that sweater. Hey, and then when I thought I was using this color in the shawl, I picked up this yellow Nimbus. Oh, it's not even showing up as bright as it is. This is like
Sunshine
really
yellow.
sunshine yellow. I mean, this is so good. But I picked this up, and I'm not going to be using it, but I'm not sad about buying this either because that is really gorgeous. And then the girls from, it's the millergirlsyarn.com. They had these huge hanks of, maybe I should pull it out. Sorry for the crinkling. Of silk.
Wow.
This is 100% Italian silk. And this is an entire sweaters quantity. I feel like I'm holding a silk baby right now. And it was, it's 1,311 yards. So this is a sweaters quantity of silk. And it was only $60. That sounds like a lot, but when you're talking about Italian silk, that's pretty cheap for that. And so I'm not sure what I'm going to make. It has to be just the perfect project for that. But, you know, Janet was talking about sitting in front of your yarn cabinet. So I had that gorgeous green picked out, but I have to show you this other option that I may do for the shawl instead. I have all these gorgeous browns and beiges in my yarn cabinet. So
Those are pretty.
yeah, this is alpaca wool silk fingering, and that's Cloudborne fibers. This cream color is Cascade Yarns Heritage. This was Lang Jowl wool, and this is from Spain and Portugal when we went. And I used it on something and still have quite a bit left over. And if I decide to do that, that looks so wearable to me. And then I had two different options for the mohair dare. This beautiful cashmere from Rowan. What do they call it? Cashmere haze. And then I've got a lot of the Drops Kid Silk in the light color. But I think that is also a really good option for something incredibly wearable. So you'll just have to wait and see what we end up with.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's beautiful.
But
So many neat things.
gosh, Pia, I hope you're having a great time with your knitathon. I'm so glad we were able to join you. So I think it's probably time for us to go to the tasting table,
Yes,
right?
I think so.
Okay, everybody, so this is a little bit special. I mentioned that we went to Colorado. We went to Boulder and then up to Breckenridge. And you'll hear more about the whole group when we do the wine tasting. But this was Rick's flight crew reunion that we were at. And Dave and Linda Elbow are one of the three other couples who are part of that crew. And their son, Christopher Elbow, has Christopher Elbow chocolates. And so he just opened a store in Breckenridge. There's one for sure in Kansas City, one in San Francisco, and then this one in Breckenridge. And I could be leaving several out. He is so very well known. These chocolates are just amazing. So we bought a box of the pecan toffee, and Janet and I are going to taste these. We're going to open these and taste them. So this is a dark chocolate pecan toffee. This is the 8-ounce box, and it says dark chocolate, candied pecans, caramelized butter, and sea salt. I mean, hello, kids. What's not to like about that? I guess I should leave that out of the way. So here's how gorgeous the box is. And inside of this is a bag of these pecan toffees. Oh, God. Okay, I thought I needed scissors, but of course I don't because they would have thought about that. So the end just rips off, and then it's one of those resealable packages.
Right now, there we go.
Got it. Okay, success.
Woo.
Have one.
Oh, good grief. They're
ginormous, and they're
Ginormous.
beautiful. Yeah?
Should we break this in half?
Oh, I don't think you can just break it. I think you have to just take a bite.
Okay.
So, oh, that dark chocolate, smell that. Scrumptious? Yeah? Oh my
This
God.
is toffee, which I absolutely love.
Okay, you
This
guys.
is extra fabulous.
Yeah.
It's a big, thick toffee in the middle.
Oh, yeah. This is not like your average everyday toffee. This is some really delicious stuff. So we chose to do this before wine tasting, but honestly, those would be really good together.
Yes, they would be.
So there's an online shop. I know you can buy these online. Does it say? Oh, okay. It's elbowchocolates.com. www.elbowchocolates.com. That'll be on our show notes with a link to it. Man. Oh, can you hear me crunching?
They're fabulous.
Those are absolutely delicious. And we met Christopher. Rick's known him since he was a baby, but he actually was coming up to visit his Breckenridge store while we were there, so we got to hang out with him for a little while. So if you're watching, Christopher, hello. It was great seeing you
Fabulous.
again. So good.
Really good.
Anyway, so now we'll get on to wine tasting.
Our special wine today is the Alba Vineyards Cabernet Franc. And this was a gift from one of our viewers, Annie, and a friend. She is amazing. She sent us these lovely wines, and it's from New Jersey. And it is fabulous. It says it's among one of the top 1% of all wines in the Warren Hills. And it's closer to the bold side, which we like, closer to the tannic side, close to the dry, and it's kind of in the middle from soft to acidic. So it's a nice, easy drinking wine.
It's got that that very outdoorsy nose that is very, it almost has that, like the French wine, like almost like that Bordeaux nose.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so.
To me, it's a little oak in it,
Yeah.
but it's got the blackberry and the dark fruits also.
Yeah. Leather, lead.
Oh, it's good.
That is delicious.
Somebody mentioned the Bing cherry, and I taste that
Yep.
for sure.
Definitely.
Little minerally.
Yep. Maybe that's where I'm getting.
That's
the
where you're
lead.
getting
the lead. It is. It's the minerals, I think. But like the leather and the nose on that is just fabulous.
And the taste on this is fabulous as well. I really like a really delicious Cab Franc.
Yeah.
And this is it.
And the tannins are very mild. They're just so balanced. With the other flavors. It's not like you don't get that grippy on your tongue. There's just a tiny bit of that chalky after you've swallowed, and it's your tongue's just resting, still enjoying the flavors.
Yeah.
That's delicious. Wow, thanks, Annie.
Yes, Annie. We're
We
really
love-
enjoying this. We'll have to save a little bit for Claudia.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
she can try it.
Yep, for sure.
That was just so awesome. We need to plan to go there sometime. That would be awesome.
Or maybe we could meet Annie someplace at a winery.
Right, we can meet Annie at Alba. That would be really fun.
Oh yeah, so I said I was going to tell you about the trip to Colorado. I didn't really mention that.
Right.
So it was Rick's flight crew that he flew with in the Air Force, and he retired after 22 years back in 1994. So these guys were people he flew with in the 70s. Back when it was like the very end of the Vietnam War, and when, you know, they still had to fly around with missile capabilities and things, if you all remember that time. But he had his aircraft commander, the pilot, co-pilot, and Rick was the nav. But these guys and their wives, we all got together in Boulder, Colorado, and then went up for a couple of days into Breckenridge and wandered around. Couldn't find a yarn shop any place close to where we were, and they picked us up at the airport and then took us back to the airport and drove. It was, you know, 2 people had cars, and anyway, it was fabulous. So I put some pictures in because right now is like peak leaf peeping season up in the mountains. And all of those aspens are just, they're so golden colored right now. But as we're driving along, I was just taking videos out the car window of the mountains and the trees with all of their vibrant golden colors all throughout. It was just gorgeous. So you'll see some of that at the very end. Maybe I'll do Janet's first, with a little card saying, hey, this is Janet's trip to Tennessee, and then I'll put one in separating the Colorado stuff because, oh my gosh.
Right. So every year, this is the 8th year, I have one brother and one sister, and so we meet in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and we spend 4 days together, and it's just us siblings, that's it. So it's a lot of fun. My brother lives in Knoxville. My sister lives up in Lombard, Illinois. And I'm in Dayton, obviously. And, you know, we don't get to spend time with each other. And so my mom used to keep us all up to date on everything. And then she passed. So when she passed, we decided we need to do this, and we're going to stick together and spend some time with each other. So
that's really great.
We do that every year. So we have a lot of fun. And the last several years, we play golf when we go down there. And so we did that, and we went to Dollywood. This is the 2nd year we went to Dollywood, and that is so fun. It's an amusement park, and it is so fabulous. And they have a craft trail in Gatlinburg, so we do the craft trail and go to all the little pottery shops and everything. Love doing that.
Fun.
And we always like to hike, so we do that. So go up in the mountains and go on the hike. So much fun once again.
Oh yeah, for sure. That sounds like a blast. Hi, Marcia. We got to get together with Marcia and, well, Roger and Janet and Marcia before they left on their trip. So it's always nice to see her. It really is a mind bend because she and Janet are so much alike. They sound alike. And they've got the same hair, and they talk. It's just they talk the same. The cadence is the same, and it just messes with your brain for a hot second. And we just love Marcia too. So, so good.
Yeah. So we'll have all that at the end.
Yeah. So thanks again for watching, and Pia, I hope your knitathon is a huge success for you, and we welcome all of your viewers. If you want to come along and join us and be part of our little knitting group, we get together every 3 weeks, and we'd be really happy to have you. So I guess until next time, if you can't be with the wine you love, love the wine you're with. Cheers, everybody.